This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Today's video is brought to you by RexMD. Thanks to Donald Trump, there is a series of grifters who have showed up on the scene and made a name for themselves. Mike Lindell, the MyPillow goof, is among these. He is maybe chief among these. And a few years ago, he did his cyber symposium. He invited all the media, made a big splash about it, that he was going to prove in the moment for the world to see with unequivocal proof, with rock solid, irrefutable evidence that the 2020 election was stolen from Donald Trump, that it was rigged, that our democracy was in decline, and he had the smoking gun. So he said. He was so confident of it that he declared he would put a bounty, the Prove Mike Wrong Challenge, that if you could prove that he was wrong with this compilation of data, that he would pay you $5 million. Well, someone, a Trump voter, came out, looked at the data, and proved that not only did it not say what it did, it wasn't even from 2020. Mike Lindell then refused to pay, and it went to arbitration, and now, just breaking right now, we're learning that he has to pay the $5 million. I'm going to talk about it. There's a whole bunch. CNN has got some breaking stuff. We're going to play it, but before we do, a word from today's sponsor, RexMD. As men, we tend to put duct tape on problems instead of dealing with them. Why not confront common issues before they become bigger than they really are? If you've ever felt unable to rise to the occasion, for instance, don't despair. There is an easy, fast solution, RexMD. RexMD allows you to obtain generic and branded Viagra and Cialis online and deliver it right to your door. No office visits, no painful conversations with the receptionist. Make a mountain out of that molehill. Head to rexmd.com/Dollemore right now to save up to 90% off. That's as low as $2 per dose of generic Viagra instead of $90 per pill. The process is streamlined and it's discreet. Just fill out a quick medical questionnaire on the RexMD site, and a U.S. licensed physician will review and prescribe you generic Viagra if appropriate. The medication then gets shipped right to your door with free 2-day shipping. The moment it arrives, you can put it to work. Don't let ED keep you down. Join the more than 300,000 men RexMD has assisted with their health and relationships. Go to rexmd.com/Dollemore and save up to 90% off with generic Viagra for as low as $2 per dose, again, instead of $90 for Viagra. Starter packs of generic Cialis or Viagra are now available for our listeners to get started. That's rexmd.com/Dollemore for up to 90% off plus a free gift. Your partner will thank you. So let me give you the polished studio version from CNN. They've got reporters on the ground with some scoops that I want to play for you. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to read a little bit from the Washington Post about this guy who is now $5 million richer from the wallet of the MyPillow goof, Mike Lindell.
This just in, MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell has now been ordered to pay out $5 million to an expert who debunked his 2020 election conspiracy theory. That's according to a decision by the arbitration panel, which was obtained by CNN. This comes after Lindell, who repeatedly peddled election conspiracies, he vowed to award a multi-million-dollar sum to any cybersecurity expert who could disprove his data. CNN's Sarah Murray is following the story. Sarah, you have fresh reporting on this. What are you picking up?
Well, look, Mike Lindell held this big cyber symposium in 2021. He invited experts, he invited journalists, he invited politicians to come and said, I'm going to give you this data that's related to the 2020 election. Lindell, of course, believed it was stolen, and he said, if you can debunk it, if you can prove it's not related, I'll give you $5 million. Well, a cybersecurity expert took him up on that. They went to arbitration, and the arbitration panel said, This data is not related to the 2020 election. Mike Lindell, it's time to pay up the $5 million. So here's what an attorney for that cybersecurity expert now has to say about this decision. He says the lawsuit and verdict mark another important moment in the ongoing proof that the 2020 election was legal and valid, and the role of cybersecurity in ensuring that integrity. Now, as part of this story, we got access to some of the filings related to this arbitration. We also got access to some of the depositions. And in Mike Lindell's deposition, he's pretty confident he's not going to have to pay this out. Take a look.
When you had the idea for the Prove Mike Wrong challenge, did you have an expectation you might have to pay out $5 million?
No, why would I have that? Because I already had validated.
So you didn't have any concerns that someone might win the Prove Mike Wrong challenge?
No, because they would have to show it wasn't from 2020, and it was, you know.
I mean, if Mike Lindell is anything other than kind of a nervous weirdo, he is Dunning-Kruger in human form. He is fully confident in everything he does. Very, very, as someone who goes through life understanding their limitations, it's very strange to me. I don't get it. But let me read a little bit from the Washington Post about this guy. The Zeidman is his name, Zeidman, who is a Trump supporter who actually he was the only one, it seems, who took the MyPillow goof up on the challenge. The Washington Post says, he called the challenge Prove Mike Wrong. On Wednesday, a private arbitration panel ruled that someone did indeed prove Mike wrong. The panel said Robert Zeidman, a computer forensics expert and 63-year-old Trump voter from Nevada, was entitled to $5 million. Zeidman had examined Lindell's data and concluded that not only did it not prove voter fraud, it also had no connection to the 2020 election. He was the only expert who submitted a claim arbitration records show. He turned to the arbitrations panel after Lindell management, which created the contest, refused to pay him, which ultimately is taking a page out of the Donald Trump playbook of making offers, of hiring people, whether that be contractors or lawyers, and then refusing to pay those people. So, look, I don't know exactly where I think it's likely that this is an unappealable thing because it's an arbitration, but I'm not exactly sure. But what is very strange to me is the fact that Mike Lindell is hell-bent to piss away every single penny he has in service to his other Lord and Savior, not Jesus, but Donald Trump. The NFT grifter, Donald Trump. The liar and fascist, Donald Trump. It is all bizarre because what is Mike Lindell gaining from all of this? The answer, in my estimation, is nothing. In fact, he's losing. He is losing his company. It is sales year over year, week over week, day over day are down. He's having to get creative about how he conducts his business because the money seems to be drying up. I don't have access to his records, obviously, but he's not on good times, whether that be cognitively, emotionally, mentally, or financially. And it is all because of his loyalty and adherence and veneration of Donald Trump. Who are these people, and why do they think they should show such deference and loyalty to a man who has none of those things reciprocally? Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate it. I'd love to hear from you. Let's mix it up in the comments. I love when the breaking news happens. You can also call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at Dollemore.com. I'd love to hear from you. You can also get at me on social media. I'm at Dollemore on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all over the place. And if you appreciate what I do and you want to help support my work, help keep the bright, hot lights on in the studio here, you can more effective as a funding platform is Patreon for us. Go to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast, or if you want to stay within the bounds of the YouTube ecosystem, you can click the join button below. Become a channel member for $1.99 a month. Every little bit goes a long way. Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.